Well, let me say this plainly. While people don't follow intelligence anymore, they follow emotional steadiness and lack it. Well, there are a lot of smart people right now. They're skilled, experienced, and articulate. And yet, something feels off. While team feels tense, conversation feels fragile, and leadership feels heavier than it used to be. And that's not because standard dropped. It's because regulation now matters more than competence. Let me ask you these questions. How do people feel after interacting with you? And when pressure rises, do you stabilize the room or add to the tension? And if everything becomes uncertain tomorrow, will people lean toward you or away? Well, stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand why leadership suddenly feels emotionally expensive. You will see why smart people lose influence under stress, and you will recognize regulation as a strategic skill, not a soft one. Well, let me start with this statement. Leadership is felt before it is understood, and that's uncomfortable for logical thinkers. You see, leadership is not first processed intellectually, it's absorbed emotionally. Before people analyze your words, they sense your state. Before they assess your strategy, they feel your presence. And that happens automatically, you can't turn it off. You have felt this before, I'm sure. Someone walks into the room and things settle. And someone else walks in and the energy tightens. Same title, same authority, different regulation. People don't need to explain it, they just know. While you see, pressure doesn't create leadership flaws, but we reveals them. When conditions are good, almost anyone looks confident. But when things tighten, true leadership shows up. So do you become reactive, defensive, controlling, withdrawn, or do you stay present without collapsing or hardening? And that response determines trust more than skill ever will. And this is why leadership now feels unforgiving, because environments are volatile, uncertain, fast. There's no time to recover from emotional leaks. And you know what? A regulated leader does something subtle but powerful. They create space. Space to think, space to speak, space to decide without panic. And on the other hand, an unregulated leader does the opposite. They compress space, people get careful, quiet, guarded, and nothing innovative grows in compressed system. And that's why teams stall, why collaboration feels tense, why communication becomes performative. And it's not a skill issue, my friends, it is a state issue. You see, period 9 amplifies emotional credibility. This is the cycle where it doesn't reward composure on stage. Instead, it rewards steadiness off stage, in meetings, in uncertainty, in conflict. Title doesn't anchor people anymore. Certainty does. If your nervous system spikes under pressure, people feel it, and they adjust accordingly, not consciously, instinctively. And that's why some leaders lose influence quietly, not through failure, but through subtle emotional erosion. People stop bringing ideas, stop challenging, and stop trusting, not because they were told to, but because the environment feels unsafe. So you see, regulations is trained, not imagined, and that matters. Emotional regulation isn't a belief. It is not positive thinking, it's not affirmations. It's built through exposure, through staying present in discomfort, through making decisions without emotional outsourcing. And that's why authority shows up under stress, not when everything is smooth. So ask yourself this honestly. When something goes wrong, where did you feel it first? Is it your chest, your stomach, your breath? You know what? Your body tells the truth before your mind explains it anyway. So here's the question that's worth sitting with. When people are around you during uncertainty, do they feel calmer or more alert? Not what you intend, but what they experience. And the difference is leadership currency now. And if people feel they need to manage you emotionally, they won't follow you strategically, and they'll comply, they won't commit. So for now, don't try to regulate others. Just notice your internal response this week when things don't go your way, and notice how quickly you tighten, rush, or withdraw. And that moment is the training ground. And this is the kind of work we explore deeply inside the Destiny Architects Telegram chat. Not emotional theory, but leadership presence under real pressure. And if this video resonated, it's because you're already sensing the shift. So you see, knowledge impresses, regulation stabilizes, and stability earns trust.